Hi, Railroad fans. My name is Roberto Panay. Welcome to another chapter of Meliville gauge video. I'm trying to do a series of videos of things that are part of my layout, and I'm inviting you to see them and see if this will be an inspiration for you to work on your layouts. And I even make some videos about your layouts too, and we share. This is the idea of sharing information and inspiring others to do things and stay on this amazing hobby that is model railroading. Today's topic is very dear to me, very special, because it's about the turntable. When I started planning my layout, it was kind of, I wanted to have a turntable, but it was a little bit of threatening to me because I have no idea how to make it, which one to select. It was difficult for me because I thought it was very complicated. I had a bad experience with an HO layout that I had, and I put a turntable in that layout, and I have a horrible situation. I never was able to use it, and I have a lot of problems with it. So when I was planning my O-gauge layout, I really wanted to, because I had that feeling I wanted to have that in my layout, but I didn't know much about it and how would I do an O-gauge turntable. Looking at YouTube videos, I found one which was my inspiration. It is a video that was done by Eric Siegel. His YouTube site is Eric's Trains. He started doing YouTubes in 2006. He's been for a long time doing O-gauge train videos, doing open boxes and reviewing equipment and houses, and he is amazing. He has been an inspiration to me, and he was my inspiration because one of his videos I saw that he was actually replacing his turntable, and he took the old turntable he had and he replaced it with a turntable that comes from Millhouse Studio. When I saw the video and I saw how amazing that turntable was, I got the inspiration and said, I have to have one on my layout. When I started my planning, obviously, my layout, I wanted it to be able to handle my largest engine, and that is Big Boy. So I actually have 3 of them, and I want to make sure that there was no limitations and that my layout will handle the big boys. For that reason, every single curve in my layout is at least 072 or larger, and all the switches are 072, so I can get the big boys in and out into the layout or whenever I want to in the yard, and I can get those big boys in and out. So when I started looking at doing the turntable, not only I found the brand name that I wanted was the Millhouse Turntable, but also it had to, hopefully I needed to make sure that it will take the big boys. And that obviously would have to be a 34-inch turntable, which is one of the ones that they have. Actually, is the largest one that they produce. And so I tried to implement it into my layout, which I eventually did, and then put it on the plans, and obviously started construction based on that. The turntable you're going to see today, it is a 34-inch turntable from Millhouse Studios, and I'll put on the description more details of who they are. It was amazing. It has worked for me, has no flaws. It's been great. I'm very, very happy. It's very well constructed. It is all metal in the bottom and top. It's a very hard, it's basically indestructible. and it works great. It has electronic where you can dial in the positions, and it will, you know, go to the position you want, and the trains goes in and out. And I have a 34-inch, which accommodate for the big boy. In addition to that, when you're planning your own, if that's what you're looking for, you gotta make sure also that you have enough space for the whisker. So it's not just the turntable. In my case, I needed it to be 34-inch to accommodate for the big boy, but also needed enough space to put the whiskers, and the whisker had to be long enough for accommodating the big boy, which I did. And I have two of the whiskers are long enough to accommodate for the big boy, and you're going to see that in a minute. I'll give you a full demonstration of the big boy going in and getting into the whiskers after passing the turntable. Things that you have to take in consideration is the space that you need for the turntable, whatever size you choose to be. Eric Siegel has a full-blown view on how you do it. I'm not going to go because actually mine is already installed and in place and working fine. And I'll show you, I'll give you a demonstration how you work it out and how you dial in so you can get to the positions that you want. It works fantastic. I'm very happy with it. I'm so happy, which is this a video I'm making after my coal dumper video. I ended up doing that one first, but actually I had the turntable before that, and because of the high quality and how well they function, when I saw that they were making the coal dumper, and if you want to see on my list of all the videos that I put, I have a video for my coal dumper. It comes from the same company, Millhouse Studios, and they're amazing. They do a good job on all the equipment they sell, and I'm very happy with them. By the way, this is not a commercial. They are not paying me for this. I paid full price for all the equipment I got from them, and I paid full price for the turntable and all the installation, and they're not paying me to do the video or saying anything about it. So everything I'm saying is because of my own personal experience and how I really feel about it. The turntable is kind of very heavy, so if you're thinking and planning to put it on your layout, it is extremely heavy. Once you have cut the hole for the turntable, and it has to come from the bottom up because it has metal brackets where you hold the bolts that goes in there and the screws that goes into it to hold it in place. And you need to put it in. In my case, it was a 34-inch, which is one that I think is the largest they have, and it's very heavy. And I had to have another person. Thank God, my wife helped me. She's amazing. We both got in under the table and started putting it in, and it's kind of was a little bit tricky to get it in there. That was the hardest thing. But once it was installed, everything else was easy. I recommend that if you're going to do it, you might want to have 2 people in addition to yourself, so a total of 3 people to try to put it in together and put it in place and adjust it. Eric Siegel in his video, he explained how to kind of level off the tracks. He was using a different track that I used, but it still have the same principle. There is a foam kind of bedding that you put your track on. It worked out really good, like he said, because that foam allows you to adjust up and down. You screw it in or release it so you can level off your tracks and matches with the bridge of the turntable. Today, for the demonstration, because it was designed to accommodate for the big boys, I have the UP Vision Legacy Big Boy. It's the Vision one. It was on the catalog in 2014. According to their measurements, is 32 inches. I think it's done a little bit more than that, because as you can see, the bridge is actually 34 inches, and when you see the engine on the track, it's just perfectly the same size as the bridge, and it fits well, and it's perfect. But it's actually the bridge is 34 inches, and the engine goes from tip to tip, and you'll see that in a second. So I'm going to turn it on. I'll show it to you, and see the big boy getting into the turntable and getting into one of the whiskers. So this is the Lionel Big Boy. It is the Vision Line 1, released in 2014. Actually, it was released a year after. That was when it was in the catalog.
Cleared outbound, 4014 out.
And this is the big boy getting in position to go into the turntable. As you can see, it fits perfectly in line. It is now on the bridge of the turntable, and I'm going to be dialing in so I can move it to the position where it needs to go. This is the keypad that I installed on a section where all the controls are. The keypad you dial the numbers once you have programmed, and it will get to the position where you want it to go, rotating and getting the engine ready to be put it into the whisker. I wanted to go to whisker number 5. So it's 0, 5, up arrow. And now the engine will move all the way. And the thing is that you can have the turntable cab side or the back side going into each one. You can program that to do that. And now it's getting in position on the empty whisker. And there you go, the big boy gone through the turntable and parked on its whisker for storage.
UP 4014, you are cleared outbound. Over. Thank you much. Cleared outbound. 4014 out.
And this is a closer view of the turntable. It has a lighting inside the cab. I added a individual there that is controlling it, and there's a second one on the midsection of it. That's the Millhouse turntable right in the center of my layout. Thank you very much for watching.